Folks, what do you hear? What do you say? Tony Gabagool, and I'm sitting down with the youth gone wild to try and get some answers for you, the viewers at home. Gentlemen, thank you for being here. I want to ask you a few questions. Where did all this hatred stem, and why are you doing what you're doing to the Freebirds?
Listen, 20 years ago, I had a friend. I had two friends, as a matter of fact. I had Tristan Hayes. I had Buddy Roberts Jr. Then they turned their backs on me. That's when it started for me. You want to know when it started? That's when it started. What about you guys? Tell them what your story.
Jeez, 12 years ago, we had a match lined up with the Freebirds. Gonna be something great. Something that people were gonna talk about. And then what happened, Tom?
They do what anyone would have done in that situation with their reputation. They couldn't keep their in their pants. So Buddy couldn't make it to the show because he was given an ultimatum by his old lady at the time, either pick wrestling or pick me. And so he didn't show up 12 years ago when we were supposed to have this tag match so long ago. So it was Tristan Hayes and some random put as a tag team against us. And to this day, we still haven't had Freebirds, Youth Gone Wild, tag with all four actual combatants in the ring at the same time. So it starts there, Gabagool.
It starts there, but where are we going? So you guys have the memorabilia, I take it, that was stolen. You guys laid them out in the ring back at Resolution. And then tonight, we saw Mr. Flywheel and Mr. Creed. They were trying to get involved. Where does this all lead to?
Where does it go? Easy. We want their careers. We want them out of the business, and we want them out of our lives forever.
I mean, it doesn't even, you want to do a deep dive? This all started, this chapter 1, started 2 years ago. They decided they were going to start showing their faces around again in the Indies we'll say, in a different state, at a different promotion, and they ended up, wanting to make money and become relevant again.
But they got their asses kicked.
They got their asses kicked. They got their stuff stolen. Gee, I wonder who did that. Who could have been smart enough to convince them that we were their friends only to take their stuff? Who could have been smart enough to do that?
I think it's the gentleman I'm sitting here at this lovely table with. Gentlemen.
You're smarter than that PX guy. You know that?
I'm trying. When will this all come to a head? Will we ever see that showdown between the Youth Gone Wild and the Freebirds?
Oh, you'll see a showdown. See, here's the thing. Those two are just grasping at straws to stay relevant. Tristan Hayes uses Buddy Jr. to stay relevant off of Buddy Sr.'s name. See, and that's where it gets interesting. See, Buddy Jr. is coattailing off his father's Hall of Fame career. I'm not coattailing off of anything. He's not coattailing off of anything. He's not coattailing off of anything. And the reason is because we're not second generation. Buddy's dad, years and years ago, down in WCCW in Dallas at the Sportatorium, made a name for himself. Junior's cashing in on that. My background, my father was a landscaper. So the only thing I got is I'm really good at digging holes and filling them, which at the end of this is exactly what's going to end up happening. We're going to do everything we can to bury their careers, their lineage, their heritage, their damn birthright, which they're making a mockery of, all because of the one thing, if they would have just kept their dicks in their pants in 2016, in Buddy's case, and Tristan Hayes, if he could just learn how to and get himself in trouble, he'd have a family, he'd have a wife. The only thing me and Buddy have in common are both our parents are gone. The only difference is I'm not coattailing and working off of my family's lineage and name. I don't know about you guys, but that's where it starts with me, and that's where I get pissed off.
I built this from the ground up. I built the scumbag army. I put together the best of the best that I could get my hands on. I found brothers. I found people who bleed the same way that I bleed. And all they do is use a dead name and ride on coattails. I am a self-made man, and that's where it starts and ends with me.
You know, I will give them credit. They followed us all the way out here to RPW. They do put up fights. But this one, the last war, will be ours. Guaranteed.
Gentlemen, I thank you greatly for sitting down with me, and we've got some strong answers. Sounds like this is a story of betrayal, right? They stuck the knife in your back, might have turned it.
You know what, Gabagool? The one question you didn't ask is, why did we take their stuff?
Sure. Mr. Tom Heisman, why did you guys steal the memorabilia? And I want to add this is a two-parter. And have you tarnished that memorabilia?
It's not tarnished.
You see us wearing it.
Here's the thing. They're making a name off of the lineage that Michael P.S. Hayes, Bam Bam Terry Gordy, and Buddy Roberts Sr. made. I mean, you can throw Jimmy Jam in there. You can throw Bad Street in there. But it's the original three that made that name something. And if they would have just left it that way, this would have never happened. But it's the fact that they jumped on an old lineage and heritage because, they got permission to do so. Of course, Junior's dad is going to give him permission to carry on the family name.
He didn't want to become irrelevant any more than they want to be irrelevant.
The reason we stole the vests and the rings is because they were making a mockery and they were pissing all over it.
So what it sounds like is you gentlemen think you're doing a justice by wearing those rings and wearing those vests.
We don't think we're doing a justice. We know we're doing a justice. That's the difference.
Folks, I hope those are the answers that you're looking for. And don't forget, we've seen the youth gone wild here in Rocket Pro Wrestling for a number of years. I almost suggest that the Freebirds should go back and watch some of that tape. Know what they're up against. Gentlemen, thank you for your time.
I'm done with you.